And now, once again, live from the nation's capital region, 10 rounds in our main event of the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, it's go time! Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He weighed in at 131 pounds even. He owns an impressive professional record, 21 victories against 8 defeats, 6 wins by way of KO. Wearing black with the flags of Mexico and the Philippines, representing Laguna, Philippines. Please welcome Rey, the Technician Perez. And his undefeated opponent across the ring, he weighed in at 130.6 pounds. His professional record consists of 15 bouts, 15 victories, 6 coming by way of knockout. Wearing black with gold and representing Washington, D.C., he is the reigning WBC Youth Silver Super Featherweight Champion, ladies and gentlemen, Lamont Roach Jr.
All right, gentlemen, we went through the rules in the back. I expect a good, clean fight. Protect yourself. You must obey my commands. Your punches, sir, will be accepted right here. Your punches, sir, have to be above. You see the belly button? Has to be above, okay? Touch gloves. Good luck. God bless.
All right, let's take a look at the Tecate tail of the tape, where we will see that Perez is 5 years older, but in terms of height, it's Lamont Roach who's got the 1-inch advantage. The reach favors the Filipino. The weight, both had no problems coming in under the 130-pound limit. Now, Lamont Roach Jr. said he's been looking forward to headlining here at home. This place is brand new. It's less than a year old, the theater at the MGM National Harbor. But more than anything, he wants to prove to Golden Boy Boxing that he is ready for big things in 2018, and he came to make a statement, B-Hop.
Yeah, but Perez got other plans, and he has to be aware of that, because being home can be good and can be bad. So depending on how he adjusts to it, we'll see in rounds to go, but I like to know whether he gets that in the next 2-3 rounds. And you know what? It seems to be a fight that can be exciting as it goes.
And when we look at the trunks of Rey Perez, he was training at Santa Cruz Boxing Gym in Southern California, so that's why one of the flags on the right side of his trunks is a Filipino flag, but the other side has a Mexican flag in tribute to all the guys that helped him out in the gym, and the fact that he's got a lot of respect for the Mexican boxing style.
He said he's paying homage, and he's going to wear their colors, and he's doing that, and it's motivation in doing that also, Bernardo, because he trained with those guys, they gave him work, he sparred, he had some conversations, and of course they rooted him on when he left Vegas or LA.
It's all business.
Yeah, I was about to say that, his focus and his stare down and the quick jab he just seen right now. He's just filling out right now, but that's not a throwaway jab. That's a jab.
Yeah, no, that was
like a right hand.
Your head jab. Yeah, so Lamont Roach, he talks about fighting at home, and he talks about not wanting to disappoint his fans and putting on a good show for them. But you could tell from the outset that his adrenaline is not pumping too fast, that he's well within control, well within his fight plan, and that's what you want to see, especially for a guy who's had such an emotional year outside the ring. You mentioned the fact that his cousin was killed in January of this year. Then his trainer passed away in 2013, and more importantly, his uncle. So it's really been a lot of tears, but he said that's really focused him on what he needs to do inside the ring and what it's all about and why he set his life aside to do this sport, which is his passion. Wild punch there by Rey Perez, who's got 8 losses on his ledger. 6 of those have come on the road, 3 in Mexico, 2 here in the U.S., and 1 in Japan. So he's not you know, a stranger to come into somebody's hometown, B-Hop.
And he's not a stranger to being in this position as far as talent-wise. And he keeps his hands up high. He's a guy that really looks to see what he can get.
10 seconds.
Then 4 spins.
5 seconds. Bell's coming, stopping the bell.
All right, so Lamont Roach Jr. fighting for the second time without Bernard in his corner.
But in different ways than others, but this seems to motivate Roach more than ever.
And he said he trained harder than ever for his last fight, which he was able to win. The first fight where his uncle was not in his corner. And, you know, it's just how you respond to adversity. And it seems that they've gone through the grieving process and really now Roach Jr. says, I want to continue that unfinished business because he put 13 years into this, and now my father and I will continue what Bernard started. So it really, you know, sometimes you need that outside motivation. We've seen it with Hurricane Maria and the Puerto Rican fighters we've had on our air, really how they really focused on what is important. And I think you see that maturity in Roach Jr. through this tragedy.
In boxing, it brings, strangely enough, the reality is that, you know, you never know what's going to happen until it happens in most cases. But you find a way to deal with it, and you find a way to take that energy or anger and put it in a positive way and steer it to a positive situation. And now, you know, Roach now is popping the jab and seems to be like taking his time as round goes, you know, from one round to another in the second round now. And, you know, this is maturity in a different way.
It is. It's real life slapping you in the face and growing up inside the ring. The fact that he was a mechanical engineering major at the University of Maryland, finished his freshman year, and just did that as an amateur fighter. He said, once I became a pro, taking the train to go and train at the gym and then going back and doing homework, it just wasn't going to work. Both college was very demanding and the professional boxing lifestyle was very demanding. And he said, I can always go back and finish my career. And his mother was not too happy with it. He said, Mom, I'm going to make it work. And now he's got the full family support as he gets caught with a body shot there from Rey Perez.
He gets caught with a good body shot, and look, Roach reacted like he didn't like it. And you know, these are the fights that people will know when you never count nobody out. He's working to the body, and he's getting aggressive because he feels that he got his attention, and you know what? He did. We've seen it.
Did get his attention with a body shot.
Perez has continued to come forward, though. And Perez feels he gets caught with a good left hook, too.
I mean, Perez came to fight. He says, I've never won in the United States, but they've always brought me in as a last-minute replacement. This time, I had time to work. I had weeks of training, and you will see the difference. And his body says that, B-Hop. When you look at his abdomen and the way he's worked out, you see that Perez came to fight. He gets caught with a nice uppercut as he comes in. And Roach Jr. once again gets his legs under him, but the body work from Perez is doing really good work early on. He says, I'm a technical fighter, but tonight he's showing a lot of heart. He's bringing the fight to Roach there in round number 2. We'll see how round 3 and the rest of the fight develop as we move forward, but he's already let Roach know that he's here to fight. He tried to catch the body, and he catches him low.
You okay? Box.
Referee Bill Clancy not having any of that. And we see a difference in Lamont Roach's trunks. Usually he reps the hometown football team. Today he's wearing black and gold. He says, I'm from the No Excuse Gym. My dad and I have been working harder than ever. And he's got some ground to make up. What a nice jab. He snaps back the head of Perez.
Nice jab, focus, staying in the pocket, not losing focus. And, you know, Perez also is staying in focus, and he having that bounce. If you look at his legs, he's got that bounce to be able to throw combinations like that and get out of the way. So Perez is dangerous at every moment. He reminds me of Pacquiao.
Yes, he has that look. Not as bouncy as Pacquiao and not as quick, but I could see why you're saying that, although also the left-handed stance. But nonetheless, the best combination that Lamont Roach has thrown all fight happened early in this round.
Lamont Roach is going to have to throw punches like that, so he won't set. That is Perez. If Perez gets the set, he's going to get the hop, the skip, and then he's going to throw punches. he must be offset. Roach must continue to touch him with jabs like that, and then in between that, 3 or 4 punches, combinations to be able to offset Perez.
Perez is also wearing Manny Pacquiao shoes, so it gives you the whole illusion.
But the illusion is there, but his similarities also, Bernardo, because he's being in his face, he's being energetic. He just continued to be there to slip punches, and hopefully Roach would probably, he thinks probably get tired or miss enough where he get discouraged. But Roach is so focused. He's so focused, and he got his eyes on him. He know he can't play with this guy, and he know he has to be on point every time he throw a punch.
These are the total jabs, and Perez is on 27, now on the 8. Roach Jr. has been extremely effective with that jab.
And now it becomes sort of mental as the fight go on, because every time Perez throws a good shot or get hit with a good shot by Roach, he shakes his head like it doesn't matter, it doesn't hurt.
Sometimes when you shake your head, that's the opposite effect to your opponent, letting him know, all right, you got me on that one, even though it didn't hurt. But you're letting him know he got you. So keep doing it. Keep working on that.
10 seconds.
Targeting. As round 3 is about to come to an end.
5 seconds. Bell's coming.
Here from
Stop at the bell.
nation's capital.
Time!
And Perez coming to DC with upset on his mind. See if he can pull it off against a very laser-focused Lamont Roach.
Lamont need to continue to fake. He must not go off the first fake. He must trick Perez to think that he's going one way but go the other way, because Perez is so focused and hands is up, defense. So he sort of got to trick him. He sort of got to lead him in a way that he don't expect to go and then counter him.
Stop. Box.
Very pensive, respecting the power of Perez, who hurt him to the body in round number 2.
No. Clean. Box.
Bill Clancy stepping in immediately when there's a clinch, not wanting any illegal blows, rapid punches to happen.
Haven't seen many body punches from Roach, which I'm kind of like, a little bit like wondering when they're going to come. Not surprised that they didn't come, but I like to see him get closer and throw some body punches and see how Perez reacts to it. If he reacts like he don't like it, obviously you go back down there and you set it up.
This is the unofficial B-Hop scorecard. Round number 2 given to the Filipino when he hurt Roach Jr. to the body. And round number 3, B-Hop, round number 4 here is starting to heat up.
Yeah, it's going to heat up. Both guys are heated up. And, but one guy is a little quicker on the feet, reflexes, and hand speed, and that is Roach. Roach has all the advantages that he must use every time he strikes, because Perez is going to continue to throw his wide shots, hard shots, but he's going to throw more than one, which makes him dangerous.
Lamont Roach does a little bit of an Ali shuffle after connecting with the combination, but it was that lead right hand that really opened up the guard of Rey Perez.
You don't have to find Perez. Perez is going to come there, and he's going to be there to get countered. I would like to see Roach faking with the shoulder and do the roll and come back with the right hand, left foot, because I don't think Perez is expecting a punch coming that way.
Now, B-Hop, earlier tonight we saw Avery Sparrow using his legs extremely well, using the ring. Do you think that against a fighter who's here, Lamont Roach would be better served doing a little bit more lateral movement, or is this where he needs to be?
Well, Perez, if he do that, will be better serving to him, because Lamont likes to stay in the pocket. He likes to sharpshoot. He likes to counter. He likes to look at his target just like he's doing now. So it would suit Perez to be like Avery was the last bout. And he's not doing it because he probably can't do it. He like to come forward, he like to throw his punches, and he like to smother his guy.
Big right hand, he follows it up once again as Lamont Roach Jr. finds his range, finds a good rhythm here in round number 4 to close out the round, even switching southpaw momentarily there as the round came to an end. To find a different way to get inside of Lamont Roach Jr. Talked about the tragedy, we've talked about the motivation, his mother not being too happy about him leaving college, the University of Maryland, but it's all been worth it so far as a pro, and his 34% of connects tell the story through 4 rounds.
Well, he has a chance to graduate out of college in a different way, and it's called boxing college, because right now he came out after he told his corner with a nod, okay, and went out and just got in his crouch like, okay, let's fight now. His demeanor, his focus, he nodded his head, he's ready. Stick jab.
And
I think he's
with the left hook.
Yes, between now and a few rounds that come, I think you're going to see a different Lamont.
We already see that there was a punch, but there was also a trip, so it's not an official visit to the canvas, but you saw that lightning speed, the accuracy, and the fact that Rey Perez could not get away from those punches, and this is where you're going to see Lamont Roach Jr. turn it on.
He came out with that attitude. He caught him with a nice, crisp 6-inch punch, right hand that was right on the mark. And when you have a guy like Lamont Roach that has a great radar for counterpunching, he waits for you to be in a pocket to make you commit yourself, and then he strikes.
Big left hook to the body now by Lamont Roach, and then he gets away from the counterpunch opportunity of Rey Perez, and he's just walking him down now, B-Hop, here in round number 5.
Literally just now, Lopez is still in the fight. Perez, excuse me, is still in the fight, but Lamont is now pop shooting him, but also breaking him down slowly but surely.
See the laser focus in the eyes of Lamont Roach, just far enough away from the dangerous hand of Rey Perez. Looking to put himself in range and open up that lead right hand. That lead right hand is one that Perez cannot get away from, and it's probably a little bit of inflammation under the left eye of Rey Perez. He now takes a big body shot with the left hook.
When you're quicker, you're faster, you're sharper, you're stronger, you can take more risk and stand in the pocket, because the guy, Perez, cannot hit you because you know that you're 3 feet in front of him. You are mentally 3 steps in front of him. So when you got those things working for you, not against you, you will see the quick reaction that Lamont Roach is doing now.
Beautiful overhand right. I mean, he's just catching Rey Perez with that right hand, and he's setting it up not off the jab, but just slight movement and going over the top as we're at the halfway point.
5 seconds, bell's coming, bell's coming. Stop at the bell. Turn!
He gave you a nod too, Bernardo.
That's it.
So I think he's coming out, he's feeling himself. You see the little dance, but I think that he's so focused and he's so cool, man. He just want to stay in that pocket and just slap him with a left hand. And you know, when a hard punch is more of a slapping punch.
And a low blow warning from the referee, Bill Clancy. He asked Lamont Roach Jr. if he wants some time. He says he's good, but B-Hop, I'm going to go back to the Avery Sparrow fight once again. And Sparrow was in control, but somewhat distracted at the time. Here, I see Lamont Roach completely in control at every moment of what he's doing, of his emotions, of his boxing skill, and what he wants to do.
And this ain't the first time I've noticed that. He's been like that since he's been with Golden Boy. I'm pretty sure he learned that from teaching of his uncle, and his uncle who passed away. This is the cool, calm, and collective silent execution that this guy brings to all his work.
You know, you mentioned poise at the outset of the show, B-Hop, and that's exactly what Lamont Roach showed in taking advantage here in the Bernard Hopkins B-Hop unofficial scorecard by 49-46. Round number 2, where Perez actually hurt Lamont Roach to the body, but it's been all Lamont Roach ever since. Just that jab, that overhand right, everything's working for Lamont Roach. He's not going crazy trying to finish Perez. It's one of those fights where he's making a statement without yet going for it.
And he also knows that Perez is not ready. Will he be ready later? Maybe. But right now, he's dissecting, he's taking his time, he's showing his skills, and he's in control. We don't need to throw something out that's reckless. He wants to set it up. To my knowledge, and what I'm seeing, he's picking his spots, he's breaking Perez down, and we're going to see him step on the gas as the round goes on.
He's just fighting on his own terms, and that's what you love to see out of a young fighter like Lamont Roach, not getting ahead of himself, not allowing the moment to get the better of him, being at home, which can be a great thing, but it also can be a distraction, as you mentioned. You know, there's the positives and the negatives, and he told us in the fighter meetings, B-Hop, I understand that once I'm in there, and you see that overhand right, and then he pulls down Rey Perez, but you've seen a lot of those things. Big uppercut!
And you have to give Perez a lot of credit. He took 2-3 blows direct on the chin, and he didn't budge. So this guy, Perez, you know, you have to give him credit. Is he winning? No. Is he getting pop shot round by round even more? Yes.
10 seconds.
Lamont Roach in the zone here as round 6.
5 seconds. Bell's coming. Stop at the bell.
Bring both fighters in. Let's listen.
Your punches above. Not here. Not here. Okay? Touch gloves. Touch them. Box.
All right, Bill Clancy there, once again warning Rey Perez about any low blows. Anything on the belt line is going to be considered a low blow. He mentioned that in the fighter instructions, the fact that he could see the belly button, that means that from there on down, it's an illegal blow. So,
and he's doing his job. He's one of the respected referees in the game. I mean, he's been around a long time. He knows what he's talking about, and he's right, because he wants to keep the fight clean. There's some borderline punches that come, and he's just letting them know that, you know, be aware. And you know what, he's doing his job doing that.
Well, in all fairness, B-Hop, the protective cup is there, and it seems like, you know, the belt line is still pretty high in terms of the threshold that the referee has established for the young man, Lamont Roach Jr., who's got Boogaloo written on the front of his trunks. But hey, he's the boss, not me.
Exactly.
Nice left hook there, just baited Perez into dropping that right hand a little bit. It just showed his speed, his accuracy.
Quicker, faster, sit in the pocket, waiting, anticipating, doing all the great things that you need to do to be that complete fighter.
Oh, big counter right, and then goes downstairs to the body. Nice combination there from Lamont Roach Jr. Reminds me a little bit, I mean, obviously not the style, but the fact that he can stand so close to his opponent, make him miss and make him pay, a la Floyd
Mayweather, but I look at even further than that in times. Canelo Whitaker at his best. Canelo Whitaker at his best, because look at the move. He's not only moving and stepping to the side. He's throwing left hooks, he's throwing right hands, and he's there. And he's there to get the left hand and look at you and say, how about that? That, to me, is something special and different.
I love this style from Lamont Roach Jr., who wants to shine, and he's doing it so far in dominating fashion over Rey Perez, and early on proved that he is game. He hurt Lamont Roach Jr. with body shots in round number 2. And Lamont Roach Jr. made the adjustments, B-Hop, and that's also something that we've got to give credit for.
Well, he deserved it because he earned it. Nobody gave it to him, but one thing I can tell you is that Perez, even though he's been outgunned, he's still coming forward and trying. He's limited in the talent compared to Roach, but he haven't stopped trying. And that's what I commend him on. But in this business, you don't get a cigar for trying, you get a cigar for winning. So right now, he's not winning, and he has to do things with a good left hook just now, but he has to throw hard punches to try to get Roach attention.
To the body here, big finish for round number 7. Big uppercut with the right from Lamont Roach Jr. All right, round number 8 of a scheduled 10-rounder. This is the third scheduled 10-rounder for Lamont Roach Jr. He's only been that distance one time, so he feels comfortable here. You know, you can see he's not breathing hard yet. Here's Roach Sr. looking on.
Keep it in his face. Keep it in his face. It's bombing. It's bombing. Jab at his right hand. Take it away.
Both guys seem to have great petrol in their gas tank.
Yeah, see what he doing?
They don't seem to be tired as far as, you know, the punches they've been throwing.
Dad asking for the jab. Let's listen.
There you go.
sometimes it's better when the father doesn't have anything to say. It just means things are going the right way.
Come on, man. Head over, head over.
All right, B-Hop, I want to know, when you're in that ring, is there a distinctive voice that you can hear?
Yes. Yes, you can hear the voice of your corner, but not lose focus on the man that's in front of you, and that is Perez. But one thing you do know that you must continue to do what the corner told you in the camp, and also fight now. And this is a time where you grow up fast in this business, and Roach is growing up.
And here you just see that for Lamont Roach Jr., it's execution. It's 13 years of preparation under his uncle Bernard, who's now passed away, and his father, Lamont Roach Jr. And it's just putting it all together. And I think when you see tonight's performance, that's what I'm going to take away from it.
I see a recipe of things that is making him that really, really seasoned, complete fighter as time go on. And you know, it takes the fight to bring the best out of certain fighters. He's one of those.
Tonight, the level of opposition went up, and so did his level in the ring. And you see that spectacular jab that he started the fight with.
The shotgun jab back at home in Philadelphia. It came hard, it came quick, and it had a pop to it. When you heard that pop, it wasn't somebody tired going on. Nope. That was that left hand.
That's a perfect shotgun jab as described by Bernard Hopkins. It had every element that you described, B-Hop. And I was mentioning, he started the fight with that jab, and now he's trying to set something up with that jab.
And that's the discipline. That's the things that you learn not only in training, not only in amateur, not only in fights, but you learn it as you see opportunities right then and there.
And it's rare to see Lamont Roach Jr. in a bad position, out of balance. You know, he keeps his hands up. He's just very disciplined, very poised as round 8 comes to an end. But the tide of this fight has completely changed after round 2 in favor of Lamont Roach Jr. You know, in his corner, his father was telling him, according to Jess Rosales, that they're seeing the best of his abilities tonight. He's a good opponent who's bringing out your best skills. And B-Hop, you mentioned exactly that as we were closing out round 8.
Lamont Roach figured Perez out early, and he figured him out early. And you know what? And he wanted the KO. He wanted that, and you know what? He's still trying to get it. If you look at his demeanor, if you look at him trying to set him up with his body language, he's waiting to pop that left jab and throw that right hand over the top. Look for that to be really, really clear as this fight goes into the deeper rounds as it is now.
Big right hand there for Lamont Roach Jr. B-Hop, there's times where a fighter wins a fight, doesn't look good. I think that even if the knockout doesn't come because of the toughness of Rey Perez, you have to see this fight as a positive step forward for Lamont Roach Jr. Making a statement with his skill set, with his abilities, with his poise. I mean, there's different ways to make statements. It doesn't always end with your opponent on his back.
We have a round and a half to go, so it's not in void yet. But one thing we can say, that Lamont has shown everything that you need to show to get to that level of superstar. And that's not easy given by me. He's in position right now because of his professionalism and how he stands in the ring. How he just did a move right now. He could have countered. He's seen the punch, but he's such in control mentally and physically. He's doing what he wants to do right now.
I mean, he does not fight like a 22-year-old kid, B-Hop. You see that experience that he had as an amateur in 135 bouts. He won 120 of them. So obviously he was a very decorated amateur fighter. But nonetheless, the transition into a pro fighter in his 16th bout, I mean, this guy is years beyond that experience.
You know what it's called? Old soul.
You mentioned that.
Yes, an old soul.
Big right hand, and he kind of cupped it after he landed it. So I like the way Bill Clancy is officiating this fight, B-Hop, because he's not letting himself be fooled. He's very professional.
He's not, and Lamont now needs to shorten up that right hand and not let Perez fall into him, and he can get that knockout.
Big left hand there by by Perez.
10
Nice
seconds.
jab by Roach Jr.
5 seconds. Bell's coming. Stop at the bell. Ah, that's it. Watch your head. son.
Big headbutt there. Let's hope nobody got cut. So far, so good. No blood from either fighter. Corner. He shared that corner with his cousin, Bernard Roach, who trained Lamont for 13 years, passed away jogging, was a retired firefighter in great condition. Nonetheless, B-Hop, it happened. It struck the team, but they've shown that they've used that as motivation, and they've used his teachings to try to accomplish the goals they set when Bernard Roach was around.
They did, and I salute Lamont Roach. And he's a guy that's going to be well missed. And, you know, the legacy lives on through Lamont Roach.
That's exactly it. So Lamont told us that this is a fight that will continue to show exactly what Bernard taught him in the ring and outside the ring. Because even though he and his father are extremely close, he also mentioned in our feature the fact that Bernard was very important outside the ring as a family figure, someone who he could go for counsel, and that he also will miss that part of Bernard's presence in that corner. So Bernard, wherever he is, we're proud to see the type of performance that Lamont Roach Jr. is putting on for us tonight.
And he's putting on a great performance, a lot of points. I don't see many rounds. I don't see any rounds that Perez would have won. Clearly, some close rounds, yes. He was game, outgunned, but if Roach, Lamont wouldn't have came in with that demeanor that he had, but with, you know, a mind that's distracted by things that would have been justified, then we would have seen a little upset here. But we're not going to see that, I don't believe, tonight.
That jab once again, that shotgun jab and an overhand right. Those two punches have been it for Lamont Roach Jr. The key to victory tonight, I would say. Lamont Roach Sr. observing his son's work.
Hey! Get the jab, Lamont. Left hand up. Go with him. Go with him. Side to side. Hit it side to side, Lamont. Hey, left hand up when you throw. It's there. Come forward.
Last 50 seconds of this fight.
Come forward, man. Back him up.
Dad wants this finish. Wants his son.
Combinations, the 3-4-5 punch combination after right hand, left hook. I mean, this is the sweet science of boxing at its best.
Solid performance from Lamont Roach Jr. We'll let you listen to the crowd, as I'm sure they're extremely happy with what the DC Kid has done here.
Fight fans here in our nation's capital, let's show our appreciation for these two sweet swinging sluggers going 10 rounds in our main event of the evening. We now go to the judges' scorecards, where all three judges, David Braslow, John Gradowski, and Paul Wallace, saw the action 99-91. All three in favor of your winner by unanimous decision, and still undefeated from Washington, D.C., Lamont Roach Jr.
Go ahead and get a picture of this guy from the stands. He improved to 16-0.